Snowshoe, that's a little rough. Okay, I was trying to set everything up all nice so I could get a perfect shot of the babies and whatnot, but they're a little bit more active now, so I can't really have it completely zoomed in on one small spot where they're sleeping. So I just moved the camera out a bit. It's kind of a little bit of an overhead view, but hopefully that works. So this will probably be the last update video because some of them are going to be going to their new home soon. Tonight is Saturday, but I probably won't upload this till either late tonight or maybe sometime tomorrow. Okay guys, don't do that. Trying to keep it so, I'm not sure which one it is, but if you remember, I have a little toilet system set up, which is attached to one side of their pool. One of them, for about 2 days now, maybe 3 days, has been having accidents on the sleeping side, like this side right here. So my plan to make it so the blankets lasted more than 3-4 hours did work, but it didn't work. Instead of changing the blanket every 3-4 hours, I have to change it maybe twice a day. I thought I would have been able to stretch it out to 1 blanket a day, but I'm not sure which one it is because I haven't actually caught the puppy that's doing it. But one of them, or it might be at different ones at different times, but it seems like in the same spot every time one of them is pooping on the bedding side. And then all the other accidents are happening over on the toilet side. But yeah, as you can see, they're all really active. I had to put, I don't know if you can see, let me I'm going to try to move the camera. If you could see right here, I had to put taller bars around the pool area. You see that? And that's only because of Pistachio. Pistachio, okay, that's a little violent. Come on, guys. Well, at least it's a blanket. They're playing tug of war with a blanket. Here, let me just move the camera like this, and then I'll put my hand in the second shot to show you. This is where the bars stopped at, but I had to extend them higher up. So we had to I went out and I picked up some longer bars to put around that area, and that's because of Pistachio. She ended up, she would stand with her little back feet on this blue part, and then somehow work her way up over this set of bars, which is right here, and then onto the couch. None of the other ones had done that ever, but for some reason Pistachio she was the first to get out of the small blue pool, and she was also the first to get out of the larger pool, and then that's why we put the bars. And then she got out of those and we had to put taller bars. Okay, I'm going to reset the camera here so you can see the puppies. Well, you know what? Let me just try to zoom in a little bit more. The only time you're not going to see them is if they go run to use their potty. And as you can see now, they're so playful. There's no more having that picture perfect little area set up for them. I'll have the blanket set up nice. I'll put little teddy bears in there, but it's constantly moved around now. I'm trying to make it so none of the plastic is exposed. I want to make it so the blanket stays, because the more I cover this with the blanket, the less chance of them having an accident. But once they see that bare plastic, then they might. Oh, he wants to say hello. This is Cosby. Hey. Say hello, Cosby. Oh boy. Okay, you're done. I had to take out, literally just about, not even an hour ago, I took out, if you remember, they had like a mint green and an orange dinosaur. But I took that out because they got dirty. One of them dragged them over into the toilet area, and then I guess they were accidentally peed on. So those are in the wash now. But that was their main thing that they would play tug of war with. Oh, here, let me show you the other thing I did for them. I'll just move the camera. I zip tied over here, right here, and then right over there. I zip tied a little, one is like a chew rope, and the other one is like an old destroyed teddy bear. And then they grab it and they pull it. Because a lot of times when puppies play tug of war, obviously one will be stronger than the other. So then when the one puppy lets go, the game essentially comes to an end, right? But by having it zip tied to the bars, they're able to grab it and then pull it and then shake it and play with it as long as they want until they're tired of playing with it. That's Domino. He's over on the toilet side. Here, I'll just try to move the camera so you can see him. He's over there going to the bathroom. Okay, Domino. I'll block out me for a minute so you can see Cosby visiting them. I don't know if you can see in the bottom corner there, right here. This is Cosby's head right here. He's visiting the puppies. So Domino's going to be with us a little bit longer, which is fine. He's going to be picked up by his new mom and dad a little bit after all the other ones are. So that's fine. We have Domino a little bit longer, and he gets to play with his brother and sister because we're holding back Mushu and Waffles. Milkshake, I believe, is going possibly Sunday or Monday. We hold them obviously until they're 8 weeks old. A couple of days is not going to make a huge difference. They're completely independent from mom and dad. Well, obviously from dad, yeah. The father never did much with them. He did come visit them a little bit and he would play with them a little bit, but didn't really do much. But they're completely independent from their mother. They still like to, like if she jumps in, she has to go in the other side now because the bars are too high on this side. But when she does jump in, they'll play with her a little bit, but they very quickly get distracted and then start playing with a toy or something. And that's a real good telltale sign that they're not really dependent on their mother anymore. As far as food, they're eating regular puppy kibble now. They're no longer on the puppy mush. We did soak it. When we took them off the mush and then started them on straight puppy food, we would just soak it in warm water. But now the whole main goal is to get them to eat kibble and use their teeth. So now they're actually completely just eating puppy food. It's small kibble items puppy food. So they're eating that now, and they're drinking water without choking or coughing on it. So yeah, when they do go to their new home, the first 2 or 3 nights will be the hardest, and they'll cry lots at nighttime. And it's not because they're missing their mother at that point. It's usually they're missing their siblings. So at that point, if they cry a lot during their first 2 or 3 nights, it's because they're missing their siblings, because they're used to sleeping with their brothers and their sisters in like a group, right? They all snuggle up in a group, they keep warm together and whatnot. All in a group. That's Domino and Domino and Mushu tend to do a lot of play fighting with each other, the most. And by now, I'm sure if you've watched our videos, you know which is which just by me saying their names. But in case you don't, I can. I'll try to show you. This one right here, that's Milkshake. This one right here is Stuart, right here. Thanks, Stuart. This is Mushu, right here. And that one right there is Domino, the one that's all white with a little bit of black. This one right here, showing me her bum, that's Pistachio. And in the back right there is Waffles. That's Waffles. I'm going to try to get another video, actually. I'll try to add one more video before they go to their new home. Because we take them outside now. When we have babies in the wintertime, once I need a drink for a minute. When we have babies in the wintertime, sadly, when we have babies in the wintertime, I need Crosby and Casper to get down, because if they're both on the couch with me at the same time, they'll get a little bit aggressive over, I guess, my attention. So that'll avoid them fighting. What was I saying? Yeah, so when we have babies in the wintertime, it's sad because they're more limited to activities, right? It's only stuff inside. I mean, obviously puppies can't tolerate winter, especially in Winnipeg. But the summer babies, they get to do more. Like we don't take them out. They've only had their first vaccinations. We don't take them beyond our yard, but they do go on our front deck or on our back deck. So they get to run around and they get to play more. So I'll try to get a video of them playing, because they usually have minimum 3 or 4 hours a day outside playtime when it's not raining or if it's not too hot. Today they didn't. Today they were only outside for about a half an hour. And that's because I wasn't able to watch them, so I have to stay out with them. So they're a little bit more active, but last night was beautiful. They were out so long that they basically slept like most of the night. Also, even though I'm up during the night watching them, I have to try to ignore them at night now, because I'm trying to make it that they sleep through the night. And then that way when they go to their new homes, they're on a little bit of a routine. So I feel bad. Like last night, for example, they were sleeping, so it was fine. But the night before, they were up quite a bit. So I was sitting over there on the other couch, and I was trying to stay away from them, and I had all the lights off. And then they were crying to get my attention. I had to just ignore them, and then they eventually went to bed. But that's another thing too, for anyone that wants to watch videos on a regular basis. I'll probably have a few more videos between now and the next week. And then I won't for a while, because I have to go in for another surgery. But this one happens to be on my throat, so I probably won't be able to talk or much for a while afterwards. I know I'll be in the hospital for a few days like directly after the surgery, and then even when I get home, I don't know if I'll be able to do videos. But the surgery is not till the 22nd, which is 7 days after they've all gone to their new home. Aside from Stuart, Domino. We'll be keeping Domino a little bit longer. That's because his parents need us to hold him a bit longer, but that's fine. Terry and the kids will still be here, keeping an eye on him, because we have other dogs as well, right? We have our breeding line, and we also were holding back Mushu and Waffles. But I'll try to do maybe 1 or 2 more videos between this video and when I have to go in for the surgery. And then of course, once I'm able to talk a bit better after the surgery, I'll resume videos. After this litter's done and gone to their new home, the videos are going to be mostly just our adult dogs and taking them, I go out for walks with them and stuff like that. And then of course I'll be featuring the parents of our upcoming litter. So you'll get to see the parents of that litter. I'm also going to do a video on why they're not registered. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version of it. They're not registered because American and Canadian kennel clubs, when it comes to pugs, they only recognize black and fawn. But once you get into Brindle, Panda Pugs, and all those, you can't register them. You're not able to because they're not recognized. But that doesn't make them any less a pug. But I'll go more into detail in a separate video about that. now it's gotten to the point that when you DNA test a proper Brindle Pug, it comes back 100% Pug. And the same with a Panda Pug and a Merle Pug. But 70, 80 plus years ago, when they first tried to achieve those variant coat patterns, there's no way they were pure pugs, right? They used, I don't know, it's beyond my learning curve, but they used English Bulldogs or Boston Terriers or French Bulldogs, whatever they used. I don't know if that's open for debate. But it got washed out as decades went on, because then they kept breeding that to a pug, and then over and over and over. So then what happened was the coat variants like Merle and Pied and the different coat variants carried through, but they washed out whatever it was, whether it was Boston Terrier or Frenchie or whatever. So now their DNA comes back 100% Pug, only they've got these coat variants. And then of course in the Pug world, when they had the black and white one, they decided they'll call it a Panda Pug, right? But realistically, when you look at the DNA, it doesn't say Panda Pug. It says 100% Pug, and then it has the KVR gene, it has the Merle gene, you know what I mean? It has stuff like that. But visually, if it's just black and white, then it's referred to as a Panda Pug. Not a black pug with a white patch on its chest. That's considered a fault, right? If you have a solid black pug with like a white paw, that would disallow it from a show, for example. But yeah, there's a difference between a black pug with a white patch on its chest or a Panda Pug. There's quite a difference, actually. And also, as far as registration goes, it's mostly if you want to show them, right? If you want to bring them to a dog show and show them and try to win a ribbon, yeah, it has to be registered. But aside from that, you can just simply get a DNA test for your dog, and we provide it for an additional $200 anyways if you want a DNA test. So then you'll know it's still a pug. The registration is if you want to show it, and unfortunately, the only ones that can be registered are solid black or fawn. They're the only ones recognized right now. Maybe not in our lifetime, but probably down the road, they will start recognizing other variants of pugs. But I mean, I'm getting off topic now. This is more about this litter, this video. So yeah, I'm going to do a video on why they're not registered. That'll be a separate video. And I'm also going to do a video on why aren't they free? Why aren't they $50? Because I keep getting that. I get a lot of people that get very offended when we talk about pricing. But I want to do a whole separate video about that, because a lot of people may think, oh wow, you must make nothing but money, but they don't see the expenses when it comes to properly, ethically breeding, especially a brachiocephalic breed like an English Bulldog, a Pug, a French Bulldog. Most times mommy needs C-sections. Most times the puppy won't do good on its own for the first 2 weeks, and it needs around-the-clock care. Most times you have to take time off work if you have a day job. You need incubators, oxygen generators, all these different things. These are definitely animals that would not survive on their own in the wild. You know what I mean? They're bred to be companion dogs, but they're definitely not, as much as the mother loves her babies, she doesn't really begin to care for them and love them until they're 4 or 5 days old. That first 3-4 days, you are a mom. You're doing everything. Right from taking them out of the sack, opening up their airways, getting them to latch on, all of the above. Or sometimes even worse, having to do an emergency C-section, and then after the vet's taken them out of the sack and whatnot, then you take over from there, getting them to latch on, and having to have a portable incubator for when you do come from the C-section back to the house. All that stuff is money, right? Taking time off work to watch them for the first 2 weeks, getting their dewormings at 2, 4, 6, and 8 weeks, getting their first vaccination. This is all money. None of this is free. So when somebody does, when you take the time off work, like currently, I don't want to lie to you, right now I'm not at work anyways. I'm off work because I'm on treatment. But when I was at work, many times I would take time off work. Well, not every time, actually. Every time we had a litter. But yeah, when you take time off work and when you pay for all the equipment and all the vaccinations, it's almost offensive for somebody to be like, well, why can't I just have it for free? Well, because nobody's going to vaccinate them for free for me. Nobody's going to give me a free incubator. Nobody's going to give us free oxygen generators when ours breaks. We're like on our third one now. So yeah, there's expenses involved in breeding them ethically, properly. So there's going to be expenses incurred in rehoming them to keep the lights on, so to speak, keep the machine moving forward. And that's what separates a backyard breeder from an ethical breeder, is when you have the right equipment and when you replace the equipment every time it goes down, you have to have money put aside. A puppy doesn't care what time it is. If they need oxygen and your oxygen generator broke and it's 2 a.m, they don't care. You need to have a backup one ready to plug in right there, right now. So you don't just have one. You always have an extra one. Okay, back it up. See, they're acting up a bit. And that's because I was petting them. Just as I was talking, I reached down and I petted them. Cosby stays with my mother, and he's just come for, he's one of the males for the next breeding. And Casper's having a little bit of an adjustment. It's like, don't get too close to dad, but meanwhile Cosby's like, well, he's my dad first. Do you know what I mean? So anyways, I got a little bit off topic. There's going to be a whole separate video to why they're not free. There's going to be a video to why aren't they registered. And this video is more, it was just basically a little video to show you them, but I'll try to add another video between now and when I have to take some time off from doing videos. I want to get a video of them playing on the deck, maybe a video of them running in the backyard a little bit. I'll try to take the camera after I press stop and maybe do some close-up videos. Or you know what? No, I won't do that. I'll just take the camera right now and I'm just going to move it close up. Sorry if it's a little shaky. I can't really see what I'm doing right now because there's no view on this camera. 1 second. So there's Milkshake right there. Milkshake. Oh, she's sleeping. We're fighting the Sandman. There's Domino right there. There's Waffles. That's Mushu. Mushu's fat little bum there. Here's Stuart. Oh, I didn't realize I've got that stupid webcam square still open, so that might be blocking part of it. There's Stuart. Stuart, if I stand at you, Milkshake. Milkshake's got her little bum on the plastic. Here's Domino. Okay, let me just snap this back on. I don't know if, there we go. Let me see. Yeah, so they're asleep now. I'm just looking at the controls to move the camera right now in case you're wondering why I'm staring forward. Okay, I'm going to end the video. It was more of an update video too on the channel. So this litter is basically getting ready to go to their new home. So just to sum everything up, I'll probably do one more video of this litter, maybe with them playing outside. After that, take some small time off until I've recovered from surgery. And then moving forward, our next litter will be showcasing mom and dad of our upcoming litter. And then of course, when the babies are born, then we'll be doing weekly updates when they're 1 week old, when they're 2 weeks old, and so forth. But that's not going to be for about probably 3 months, 2-3 months. All right, you guys have a good one.